Alrighty guys, hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today, it's the first half of the crossover. And it's what I'm going to be telling you because there was 3 episodes and then there's a 4-week break and then it's the final 2 parts. So yeah. Anyway. So, Supergirl. So the episodes were Supergirl, Batwoman, then Flash, and then it's Arrow Legends. And so without further ado, let's get right down into business. I'm going to get to the quotes at the end of at the end of the whole thing. So yeah, here we go. Without further ado, let's get started. So, part 1, Supergirl. Their missions. Batwoman, Arrow, Mia, and Oliver, and Adam. Never mind. Sorry. Protect the tower. Gets to the tower in a second, and then Sarah, Brainy, and Sarah, Brainy, and Lois find John, and then there's another mission, which I don't know what it is. So we'll get back. Well, all right. So let's start. I'm going to start recapping the episode. So the episode starts off with the monitor intro like the comic books, which was super dope. Because I started to watch a video, was like, what is Crisis on Infinite Earth? And that was his exact speech. And so then we cut, it's like, his whole speech is like talking about how the Infinite Earths was created. And so, yeah. Earth 39, Gotham. There was a light in the sky, and then he's like, I hope you're out there, big guy. And then Earth 9, we get the Titans vanishing, and then we get Earth X and Ray vanishing. Then we go to Earth 66, which, what was Earth 66? Oh, Earth 66 was an old Robin walking his dog and be like, sees the red skies and he says, "Holy crimson skies," or whatever. And then we go to Earth 38 which is a dragon attack, which is Spike from 2 seasons ago, or last season. It's the dragon, it's the lizard that turns into a dragon, and all of the alien pets are having nervous breakdowns because of the earthquakes. And then Brainy's like, we have a major, and then John comes, a crisis on our hands. No more, okay, then they get down to no more Earth 38 by tomorrow, by the next day. Argo is in the anti-wave path. Then there's some Kent Love, Clark Kent and Lois Kent, I'm guessing, Lois Lane. They have some love with their baby. But then the red skies appear on Argo, and then Earth kind of shakes, and so then they get John into a pod, and then they send him away. But later in the episode, we figure out that John's pod got sucked into a wormhole and got shot out on another Earth, and in a different time. Yeah, so they send John to Earth, after they do that, Argo disappears. And so that means Clark and Lois are gone. Earth 1, Oliver's goodbye to Mia again from episode 1. No, from episode 8, from Arrow's episode before this. Harbinger appears, Harbinger grabs Barry, what? Okay, so now we go to Gotham, and then we go. Alice's group are hijacking things, but then Kate stops the Wonderland gang from doing some bad stuff, and then Harbinger appears to her and is like, crisis, I don't have time for your crisis, and then she just takes him. And then the Legends are having some fun. Ray changed history by accident, And then Harbinger brings the heroes to the DEO, but not Barry and the Legends. Lois and Clark are safe. Kate, Kate comes in, is like, Kara, where am I and what just happened? And then Harbinger says, you're on Earth 38. I brought you here. You're on Earth 38. And then she turns around and is like, that rabbit was about to talk. And then Brainy says, this one speaks to rabbits. And then Kara's like, I trust these people, so you can trust them too. And then so Kate takes off her mask and goes and trusts the DEO. The Earth 38 is where the heroes are going to make their stand. Barry and the Legends were doing some reconnaissance, and then the red skies disappeared because of the tower, which is a some sort of tower. I don't remember what it is. The towers on all the Earths are the last type of defense, and so they're gonna bring some armies. I already told you that John's pod landed in. Oh no, John's pod landed in 2046 on a whole nother Earth, on Earth 16. Oliver talks to Clark about the multiverse, the world needs you, or something like that. Lois, Sarah, and Rainey go to John. Alex calls an evac, but then there's nowhere to go. But then they were like, we could build a portal to save the Earth. So the evac is to get everyone on ships to evac. And so they need Lena's help. Clark and Kara talk about hope, and Clark is like, how can you be so hopeful right now? Oliver gives Mia a Green Arrow suit. And then Barry tells Oliver about that he has to die in this crisis, and then Oliver gets pissed off and is like, no, we need to talk. And then, so the deal that Oliver made handled last year's crossover. So he was like, your deal was to just save your friends last year. And then, yeah. That's basically what it was. Alex goes to Lena and talks about that whole thing, about the portal. Flashcar and Clark, earthquake watch. And so they flew to something that was draining water or something. I don't really know. Army of Shadow Demons, and that's what they were talking about earlier. Earth 16, Oliver v. Sarah and Lois found John. And earlier in the episode, Adam was like, wow, I like your suit. Mind if I fix it up? And then she's like, do you like your arm? And then, yeah. And then so they're fighting off all these shadow demons, and so then that comes up again where Adam is like, hey, Batwoman's like, I could take that upgrade right now, and then so Adam just is like, oh wow, it's really flexible, and then Mia's like, wow, your friend really does talk a lot, and then so he upgrades it, and then, yeah. Legionnaire, Brainy gave, before he left to Earth 16, he gave John the keys to the Legionnaire, which, yeah. Alex is helping Lena and saved her from getting crushed, and also gave her another theory to work on. 46, Oliver talks about his past with Sarah. What? I thought it was Earth 16. Earth 16, Oliver talks about his past with Sarah. And yeah. The tower was Lena accepts Alex's apology. The tower gets breached, but then the tower gets back online thanks to Kara. James left his shield for Kelly. Monitor. Okay, so then all the heroes are back, and they're all fighting these shadow demons. But then Monitor's like, boom, 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 evacs the heroes. Earth 38 is evacuated, good and stuff. But then he was like, Oliver, it's time to go. Is the Earth evacuated yet? No. then it's not time. And then so Oliver gets out of arrows, and then he jumps into the shadow demons all by himself. And then it cuts to the ships getting off. And then we all get there. Oliver's on the bed, hurt. And then Nash comes out, but then he's like, Barry's like, Nash, I'm Riot. I'm the Anti-Monitor's person because I accidentally let him out. Oliver says his goodbyes to Kara and Barry, and then he says his goodbye to Mia right before he dies. And Monitor saw another ending. This is not the ending of Oliver Queen that he saw. Oh man. Now on to Batwoman. So the episode starts off with Sarah, Kate, and Kara mourning over Oliver, and he's like, Sarah's like, Oliver died the way he lived, a hero. Yeah. The missions in this episode. The missions of this episode are Iris, Lois, and Clark is find the and Kara and Kate are find the paragons of truth and great courage. Ray's mission is to build a paragon locator, and then Barry, Sarah, and Mia's mission is to get over Oliver. And the threats of this episode, I'm not going to say. They're going to basically be said in this whole thing. So, yeah, mourning over Oliver, Sarah, Kate, and Kara. And then Lila still hasn't told John about the death of Oliver. The Monitor needs Wave Rider. And so they go to Earth 74 and they use that one. And the Snart is the Gideon on that ship, on that Earth. And Rory is the only one on the ship. The 7 paragons to protect the universe. And Monitor was like, yeah, I used the Book of Destiny, but it's destroyed. Yeah, but I recreated one. And when the Anti-Monitor gets stronger, the Monitor gets weaker. And since he's so weak, he can't resurrect Oliver. The paragons that we have so far are from this episode that we learned from this episode are Supergirl is the paragon of hope, Sarah's the paragon of destiny, and then a Septon Kryptonian that has experienced a greater loss is truth, and then a bat of the future is courage. They got their names from a tomb of guardians. Earth 99 is where it's taking place in a future time, so that's where the future bat is going to be. And then Ray figures out that Bruce Wayne is Batman, so he's like, wait, back up. Bruce Wayne is the Dark Knight? And then Kate says, who wants to be Batman? Kara looks over destruction on Earth 38. Lex is on the Wave Rider, and Kara, and he's like, and so Kara sees that Lex is back, and he's like, huh. And then Monitor steps up and is like, no, everyone has a purpose. And so Kara distrusts Monitor. And then after that, Kate threatens Lex. Kate talks to Kara and about like special stuff. But then Kara joins Kate's journey to Gotham. Lex steals the Book of Destiny. Then Iris comes on the Wave Rider for Barry. Barry and Mia want to use the Leviathan Lazarus Pit. Mia and Sarah argue about using the Lazarus Pit. And then we go to Earth 99, Luke and Bruce. Luke has a freaking 6-pack and Bruce has a freaking robotic body. Bruce and Kate reconnect. Okay, so now we're jumping to Earth 75, which we come across dead Superman. And then Lex is killing every Clark and Superman. And so Lois was told this by Iris, and then they're like, "Oh crap, we gotta find this Kryptonian fast." Mia, Barry, and Sarah recruited Constantine to find a good Lazarus pit. Earth 167, Smallville. They all get there and it's like, "Are you Clark Kent?" And it's like, "Yeah, what do you want to talk about?" "Lex is trying to kill you." I didn't know the president was in town. Then they disappear because Lex made them disappear. And then Earth 187, Clark and Lex talk about, and then so he's like, he pulls out kryptonite and is like, "Hey, I want to kill you." And then Smallville Clark Kent takes it and throws it away and is like, "That doesn't affect me anymore since after I got rid of my powers, or gave up my powers." For the kids. Earth 99, apparently Kate was a few years too late. Bruce killed an unknown amount of people, and he also killed that Earth's Clark Kent, and the car sees that and then gets pissed off at him. But then we cut to Ray working on the Paragon locator, and then Earth 96, Metropolis. A lot of people died for that Superman, and so then that's the Paragon, and then they fight. No, actually, no, not yet. Kara finds the elevator to the Batcave, and then that's when she gets down there and gets pissed off at him. And then we cut back to the Superman. And so yeah, Lex makes Earth 96 Superman fight Earth 38 Superman, which that was cool. That was super cool. Love brought 96 Superman out of his mind control. They found a Lazarus pit and it's on Earth 19. And then Jonah Hex is there and he's the protector of it. Bruce and Kate in the Batcave. And then Kara's down there. It's like, "He's not the Paragon. He killed people. He killed Batman. He killed my brother, cousin." Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then Mia is being impatient about the thing. But then Oliver's body's back, but not his soul. Oliver jumps out, and then Sarah tranquilizes him. But not his soul. Kate kills Bruce accidentally. Ray and Clark talk. Lex led them to the Superman. Like, what? Paragon of Courage is now Kate. Magic fails on Oliver to get his soul back. Kara wants to use the book to get her Earth back, and then Kate has the kryptonite from Bruce. And Lila encounters the Ant-Team Monitor. So yeah, those were the first two parts. Now into the third part, which is Flash. Earth 203, New Gotham, Huntress. The Huntress is running, and that's the Birds of Prey reference. It's just showing us that Earths are disappearing, and so it's just showing us a lot of Earths. Cisco and the rest of the team come with Frost and Ralph. Cisco helps Ray with the Paragon locator. Ralph meets the others, and then Frost is like, "Ignore him. It's his first crossover." Earth 1 is the last place to get hit. Paragon locator is finished, and so we all know who the others are. Like, Supergirl is Hope, Sarah is Destiny, and Kate is Courage. And Earth 96 Clark is Truth. And then John Jones is honor, Barry is love, and Ryan Choi is humanity. Ray, Ralph, and Iris go to Ivytown to get Ryan Choi. And yeah, okay, so missions. Ralph, Ray, and Iris find Choi. Sarah's mission is to get Lila back. James, John, Constantine, and Mia is to find Ollie's soul. And Barry, Cisco, Frost, and Pariah is go to the source. Diggle learns about Oliver's death. Diggle wants his wife back. And Anti-Monitor plans to destroy universe for another universe. That's his plan. Cisco tries to locate the source of the wave. And then Monitor goes to Cisco about Vibe and gives his powers back. Cisco, Frost are at Nash's work site, which is the source. But then Pariah is there and is like, I can't. Nash was manipulated to release the Anti-Monitor, and now no Nash memories. Nash doesn't have any memories, so Cisco is gonna vibe them from him. So that was the purpose of why Vibe needed to be back, so he could get how to open up the door. Kara goes to Lex to know how to use the book, but then he's like, if you try to bring back what you're talking about, it's gonna drive you insane. Earth 66. No, not 66. It's Earth 666. Lucifer to bring back Ollie, but then he gives them a card to Purgatory, which is Lian. Ollie's memories are messed up, so they're going to be like, we have to talk to him, we have to get him back. Earth 90s Flash. So Cisco, Flash, Frost, Pariah get into the room, but then they see the antimatter cannon, but then they see a blur, and that's Earth 90s Flash that is powering the antimatter cannon. Earth 2 was a test for the cannon. And so how he got there was when he vanished last year, it put him into a realm, and Anti-Monitor was there. It was like, you're coming here. Now you're going to power my machine. And so Earth 2 was basically the test run. Frost Cisco learn about loss of Harry and Jesse. Vibed Flash. They vibed Flash out of the cannon. Since they vibed Flash out of the cannon, it was a failsafe to destroy all Earths at once. The antimatter cannon had a failsafe. Ryan Choi is Alright, we cut to Iris, Ray, and so yeah, Ryan Choi is fangirling over Ray. And then at some point, and while we're there, we figure out that there's only 7 Earths left. Monitor talks about lost to Lois like he lost his whole life or whatever. Earth 96, Clark is trying to save Earths and won't stop. And so now there's 6 Earths at this point because another Earth just got erased. Black Lightning joins the crisis. Like, what? Before that we saw Earth 37 getting destroyed. And so that I'm assuming that Black Lightning's Earth at 37. So yeah, Black Lightning joins the crisis. Nash tells Jeff his Earth is gone, and then we cut to Kate stopping Kara from trying to save her world. And then, okay, so this whole machine is sparking, and so Black Lightning's there, and Barry's like, can you contain this much energy? And so he's sucking it. And then they go into flash time to think. They need more time to think, so the 2 Flashes go into flash time to think. Barry thinks it's now his time to vanish. If they reverse the treadmill to destroy the cannon, destroy the wave, and it frees Nash. But then but then Black Lightning is kind of suffering. But then he recites his school speech that he tells the kids. Then we cut to Purgatory with Diggle apologizing to Oliver. Well, Oliver appears up to them, and then Diggle apologizes to him. And then non-super Iris talks to Ryan Choi. Earth 1 is, and then at that point we figure out that there's no more Earths except for Earth 1. Then we cut back to the goodbyes to Iris from Barry, and then it cuts back and Barry's getting ready to go up there, but then he hugs his two friends, and then Earth 90 Flash comes in. It's like, I'm sorry kid, but this has to happen. But then he momentarily steals Barry's speed to sacrifice himself. So Vibe lets him in, and then he runs. But first, Earth 90's Flash thanks Jefferson, and then he gets on it. He reverses it, and then original flashback. So like all the way to that back, and then he dies. And then Oliver, and then before they're about to leave, this guy called the Spectre comes out of nowhere and is like, "You have to become the Spectre," and he's like, "Okay." Barry talks to Jefferson about their parents, and is like, "Yep, my dad died when I was 12. My dad died, my mom died, and this person that had the exact same powers as me was the murderer and blamed my father." And Kate shows Carr the kryptonite, and then Carr is like, "I have hope that you won't use that on me," or whatever. And then Jefferson meets the team along with Ryan Choi. Lila's back, but it's not really Lila because Barry's like, "Whoa." And then he was whispering this to the people around him. He's like, "Wait." And then Earth 96, Clark is like, "Maybe he just wants you to see." And then they all look at Lila and it's like, "Lila?" And then Lila turns into is the freaking Anti-Monitor, apparently. And then Monitor versus Anti-Monitor. And then the Monitor loses. And but before that, he's like, "All right, Pariah, this is your time. You have to do something. It's all up to you." And then it cuts to all the Earths being gone. And then it's the ship that's all left. And then it's like 28 seconds before the ship is in it. And then Pariah saves the Paragons from Anti-Monitor and the Anti-Wave. And then the ship goes gone. The ship disappears before their final speech. "Wherever they are, they will stop you. Every last breath they got." And yeah. Pariah sent the Paragons to the Vanishing Point, which was a Season 1 thing that they destroyed, and that's where the Time Masters were in Season 1 of Legends. And it's a point outside of time and space, so it won't go away. And then Earth 96, Clark becomes Lex, because Lex changed destiny. Which is stupid, by just writing Lex in the book. So yeah. Alright, now onto the quotes. Brainy says, "We have," and then John interrupts, "a major crisis on our hands." That's the quote from Supergirl, "a major crisis on our hands." Batwoman, Kate, who wants to meet Batman? Flash is Lois saying, "I'm watching the biggest event in history." Because that's what I was doing. I was watching the biggest event in history. So yeah, now we have to wait till July 14th for the final 2 parts, which is going to be in the same night, and so it's going to be a 2-hour movie for me, basically. So yeah, alright guys, hope you guys liked this episode. If you guys did, please have a big like down below. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Peace.